What's going on, YouTube? This video might be a little longer. We'll do some run videos here in a little bit. We're gonna try and cover some tires. We're gonna cover the Gladiator, what I've done to it. It is not stock. Anyway, so we're gonna do some, let's talk tires first. So these are the Injora mini pin comp tires. These are the 64s. I believe these are 52s. Comp tires as well. These things, oh my god, look at that. That is how sticky they are. They're all vented, so if you pinch them, that's with foams in. Boom. These things, there is nothing on my course they won't crawl beautifully. Zero slippage, nothing but grip all day. So love these tires. The 54s, love these as well. They're these have the foams in that are uncut, so still sticky as could be. I've worn these, well, I've tried to wear these down as far as spinning tires on the concrete on my course and stuff. They have held up beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. Injora has really, I wish they had tires this good for 110 scale. I really do. Again, these are the 54 competition mini pins. They say multi-terrain. Absolutely love them. Can't go wrong. I put these on the Jeep. They're going to come off the Jeep. They raise the center of gravity up a little too high. As you can see, I've trimmed the body, so we got no body rub anywhere. Again, Injora has really rocked the this is the S5 compound. I think these are the S3 compound. So staying on Injora tires, let's go with these bad boys. These are Injora, but they say Astra on them, and they are Super Swampers. So Astra, Injora, Super Swampers. Didn't like them at first. The more I did drive them, they were on my Jeep JLU. The more I drove them, the more I liked them. They softened up fairly well. They don't, they spring right back. Again, that uncut, actually the foams in this one, let me correct myself. I used smaller foams in this one. So I was going to go foamless, but I thought, well, let's try smaller foams, which worked out pretty good. But as you can see, if you look at the tires, again, I've got concrete, stone, and wood on my course. I got sandstone, some granite. If you look at some of these, you can see right here where my fingertip is, there are chunks of rubber all over my course. They get softer and more grippy the more I drive them, but the tread is wearing down pretty good. I've got maybe 15 battery cycles on these tires before I switched up to something different. Been experimenting. Nice aggressive tread pattern. They do grip good on my course. There's nothing they won't climb. They would spin on my steepest ramp. I made some adjustments to the ramp itself, which I shouldn't have bothered doing because I didn't want to make anything on my course too easy because it gets boring too quick. But as I rotate the tires, you can see there's more right there. All of them have it, where there's just chunks of rubber that flake off of it. So these are decent tires. I like them. I think these are going to be more of an outside dirt course. You couldn't go wrong. They're not super sticky. They're not super soft, but with the undersized foams inside, I mean, you can barely even see the foams until I turn them. Yeah, so these were for I think a 50. The foams in here were for a 50 tire. And we'll get to those next. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, I took the foams and put those in here, and so it's got a lot more flex where it flattens out and grabs on. So we'll put these aside and go to another Injora. All the tires you're going to see are Injoras. These are the Hyrax knockoffs of Injora, which are the 50s. They're small. Let's see here. If you can see back there, they're even smaller than the rock terrains that are on the Jeep there. So, and I think those are 52s. No, those are 54s, and the mini pins are 54s. So these are the 50s, or 52s. These did great. They're a little stiffer. I don't remember what compound these are. But again, the same stuff on the course, no wearing on them at all. And these probably have 15 to 20 battery cycles through them as well. They were on the FMS and on the Jeep JLU, which has been converted now to the Muse body or chassis kit. No wear on them. They're not leaving any flakes on the course like the Super Swampers. And I had these on the Gladiator here as well for a little while. Wanted to go with something a little taller because the 50s, they are a short tire. They're smaller than the factories that come on the Jeep and the Gladiator. And then the last ones I got are the Mud Terrain from Injora. Beautiful, aggressive. And you can hear them, they are sticky, but I've got uncut foams inside of them. There's the foam. So I'm going to cut these foams and get another set of bead locks to have these for, an outside setup. We're going through more dirt, natural terrain. And again, probably between 8 and 10 battery cycles on these tires. No wear on them. They're not flaking off. They're not peeling like the Super Swampers. Another great tire. They're a little slippy on the river rock that I've got on the course. So, but other than that, I mean, they finally bite and go. But I wanted to go with some of these competition pins, and I wanted to try out the Hyrax knockoffs in that size as well. Anything over 60 on the Jeep, I feel like, is almost too tall. Just because I haven't lowered this. I think I'm going to buy a LCG chassis. But I'm happy with it the way it is. If I put these tires, if I put the 54s on, or 52 or 54s, I think they're 54s. If I put the 54s on, it does great. It side hills beautifully. But I jumped up to the 64s, and if I try to hit the side hills on my course, look at that. That is just awesome. If I do the side hills on my course, I've got a section that's pretty much just for side hilling. This will roll and roll and roll. So even the FCX rolls quite a bit more with those taller tires on. So I'm going to do the 64s on the Muse chassis back there on the Jeep JLU, and keep these. I don't think I'm going to go anything higher. Great tires, but they raise the center of gravity up pretty high. Endura rims, Endura oil-filled shocks, just like on the Jeep JLU. I got lead tire weights in the front, so that's 28 grams. I got two 14-gram slabs set on top of the servo. There are weights inside the front of the rims here. I've done my lead, what I always do in my videos, smash out this lead weight, and then this just gets wrapped around the rim. On average, it's between 14 and 20 grams per wheel. So the front is pretty heavy. I've not weighted the back. These are all stock axles. I did trim the body to accommodate the tires. So here you can see this is a little different setup. This is the RC all-wheel drive 180 motor, and it comes with the transmission, all metal gears. It comes with the pinion, metal pinion, and then I did relocate the ESC to the middle, which I do enjoy. The motor up here gives me nice front weight, which I find to be awesome. So this is pretty heavy in the front. The 3D printed rock sliders were on the Jeep JLU back there, but I put them on here since I've got that different chassis on, which I do enjoy. They fit beautifully. They just barely come out the sides of the body there, as you can see, about 1/8 of an inch. They work nicely. I had to trim them here on the front because at a full turn it was nipping them, so we got that trimmed up. Really enjoyed this. Again, got the RC all-wheel drive 180 motor, all metal transmission. So it's a plastic case, but everything inside's metal. And it is nice. This thing is quick. It is slow. It is torquey. Absolutely love that motor. I was debating on getting another one for the Muse chassis back there. I don't think it's going to fit because it's fairly snug just with the 050 motor in it. And that is the 66 turn. Or did I go with the 50? Hell, I can't even remember. I think it's a 55 turn. Could be wrong. But, so I did go with the metal link upgrade as well on this. And the metal link kit came with the string linkage as well. And again, this is the Injora / Emax servo. No problems with it at all. I am going to dabble with switching out. I've got an extra servo from an FMX I'd like to try on here and see if I can get that to fit and how well that would work, because the speed on the servos from the FMX is retarded stupid fast and super powerful. So we might venture down that road here one day and try that out. Yeah, the only other thing I think I'm going to do to this one, other than the low center gravity chassis, is the lights that were in the front. I'm going to do 2 here, and then the ones off the Jeep JLU, I'm going to do 2 on that side, so they're like rock lights. And that's about it. This thing, I've really enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to like the Gladiator. And in my first FMS video, I was talking down about the axial scx24s, but the money I spent on that factory stock, it outran this day and night. I mean, just completely blew away the scx24. However, the weaknesses on this I covered in the other video. Should be up today or tomorrow. Started having servo problems, got that addressed. Had transmission problems, got that addressed. And then the last straw was the rear diff went out, and that was just, it was just stupid. Oh, also the body mount broke for the original one. This is my second one that I've replaced it. That was the first problem, was the body mount broke, so the body wouldn't fit. That's why we got the cliffhanger on. Enjoyed the cliffhanger much more. It definitely took a lot of weight off. I lost the lights, but I don't care. Everything. Well, you can see the room I'm in now. It is well lit. The lights never make a world of difference to me. So plastic stripped out here, plastic stripped out in the transmission, plastic stripped out in the differentials. This one is Treel, not Treel, and this one's stock because it hasn't worn out yet, but I'm waiting for that to happen. So what I spent on this one, you're looking at $165 with tax. I think the transmission gears were $30. The front and rear diff I replaced was another $21, $22. So boom. The scx24s that I was talking down about again, and it sucks because you spend, I know $150 doesn't sound like a whole lot for a crawler, and you can get cheap 110 crawlers for that price. So you're looking at $160 for this one. So there we go. Man, that is good Velcro. Servos, I got the first set I bought 2 for $30, or was it $35? Came with the servo mount, servo horn, and servo. Motor weak as shit, don't care about those. Everybody knows those go out. That was a assumed expense. The 050s that I've got in that one, between $12 and $16, depending on which one you get. This was $40 for this motor and transmission combo. That's fine. That's okay, because I'm going to upgrade the transmission that one as well, to metal gear. So we know, everybody that buys these knows servos, motors have to go. Shocks have to go. Shocks, $20. Rims, $20. Tires, just under $20. So you do the math on that. We come out what we got wrapped up in that. And now I would run this minus the portals. I don't have portals on my SCXs. Been debating on going down that road. I don't think I'm going to, though. I am going to think I'm going to go with stainless steel axles, because this has been dropped, fell off my course, that's fell off my course, that's fell off my course 3 times yesterday, which I feel bad about, and I snapped the axle. So, okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I was getting a phone call. Yeah, so $20 eats you alive, especially if you have more than one. So say 20, 40, 60, 70, you know, so $70 on top of your initial investment of $150, and you can keep going. I mean, honestly, you really can. So if I go with the LCG chassis, but that's optional. But the things you need to get this to where it stays reliable, crawl worthy on what you want to do, the basics, just do the basics. I've got, you know, a minimum of $70 wrapped up in it. No, actually, so 40, 56. Yeah, so a minimum of 70 and plus. So, and I did that on both of these. So for the price I bought that, you know, I thought, hey, you know, stock on the FCX24 will outdo the SCX24, and it did, and still does, I think. Once you get the oil-filled shocks done and a decent set of tires on it, and your weight distribution figured out, it does phenomenal. The steering radius on this is great. But these version 2 ESCs is the first time I've had that. My original Deadbolt had the version 1, and I hated that ESC. I mean, there was times where it was all or nothing to go. So you try to do your slow crawl, it's almost impossible. And so you watch videos of people at the Gen 1 that haven't done the Fury Tech upgrade. It's and it comes off as jerky because there's no super slow control. Even with the 180 motor in here, with that transmission, this thing crawls just as slow as the FCX. The 050 motor that I've got in the Muse chassis over there crawls just as slow as the FCX. This one crawls a little bit slower. I can't say just as. So they're almost slow crawl control as good as the FCX24. I've got no problems on my course. I'm going to shoot a video here in a little bit of the course, and I'll try and do a run with we might go with the Jeep if I change my wheels, because like this is tippy. If I go with the LCG, I might put these tires back on, but this one, you know, you get to a certain point and it does like to roll on my course. I know it doesn't look like it now, but yeah. So there's parts of my course where this will up and go. So anyway, you guys have a good one, and we'll try and get a run video on a couple of these here in a little bit. Thanks.